Nothing more fun than watching a clueless guy being lusted over by countless girls around him and wanting a piece of him while he has no idea what his life has become or how it even reached that point. That's why for today, we'll be talking about the top 10 harem anime where many girls want the MC. So, before we begin, remember to subscribe if you haven't yet and press that bell icon to stay notified of all the new content we're creating. And beware for the following spoilers. 10. Oredake Hariru Kakushi Dungeon. Noir Starga is at the bottom of the social hierarchy, though he hails from noble birth. He's advised by a great sage to enter a hidden dungeon deep within the mountains. Noir receives great skills and powers from Olivia's servant, a beautiful yet enchained maiden trapped within the labyrinth. All he has to do to use his powers is to practically live and do stuff that he enjoys, which includes, but isn't limited to, building his own harem of hot-looking ladies and spending some fun time with them. 9. Oni-chan Dakedo Aisai Areba Kanke Nai Yone. Whew, such a mouthful, don't you think? This series begins with the tragedy of two siblings, a brother and sister being separated to live apart after the passing of their parents. Akito and Akiko, Hime no Koji, live 6 years apart only to finally be reunited and live together under the same roof. However, such a separation can change how a person views his sibling, and that's exactly what happened with Akiko, who harbors romantic feelings towards her brother. Unfortunately for her, he doesn't harbor the same feelings and sees her as his beloved sibling. And just when things couldn't get any worse for poor Akiko, 3 more girls move into their apartment. And since they like Akito each in her own special way. I mean, seriously, it wouldn't be a harem if there wasn't a bunch of girls fighting on the same guy now, would it? This anime has an abundance when it comes to ecchi scenes and eroticism. The poor guy won't take a breather, and Akiko will do the impossible to win the fight over the heart of her brother. 8. Samurai Harem. Just when you think the age of the samurai is over, you get to meet this guy. Yoichi Karasuma lived his whole life in the mountains training with his father until the age of 17. After learning and mastering all that his father can offer him, he's sent off to a temple in the city to resume his studies. However, Yoichi is unfamiliar with the concept of modern life and doesn't know how to interact with others, which puts him in an awkward situation, especially when it comes to interacting with the girls with him in the temple. 7. Rokujama no Shunyakusha. Finding cheap rooms to rent is a struggle students all over the world face and have trouble with. However, when the MC found such a room, he was taken aback by the fact that there are 4 other tenants claiming that they own the room as well, including the lowly ghost girl, the magical girl that crashes through the window of the room on her broom, the Ara alien princess Hari, and of course, a harem isn't one without the tsundere daughter of the earth. His life would be flipped upside down fighting over the ownership of the room and just attempting to try and get along with the girls. 6. To Love Ru. If you're looking for some laughs and a way to spend your free time, then this show is the best choice for you, especially if you've watched the Rosario plus Vampire before and enjoyed it, since this show takes on a lot of the elements from it, including the ecchi parts, as well as the funny parts that'll have you rolling on the floor from the enjoyable sense of humor this show has. The best part was the first meeting of the main character and Lala. As he was taking a shower in his bathtub, he suddenly finds himself groping the naked boobas of Lala after she crash-landed so conveniently in his bathtub, and for some reason, she was naked as well. The first interaction between them set the mood for the rest of the series, and it was fun while it lasted. 5. Yuragi-sao no Yuna-san. So, a powerful psychic that somehow coincidentally ends up living in a haunted mansion with a busty lady ghost? Seems legit, I guess. As it seems that she isn't as malicious as others call her, the MC decides not to exorcise her anymore and keep her around. However, since this is a harem anime, we're bound to have some more girls introduced, and seems like they are all supernatural beings. There's the tsundere, the shy maid trope, as well as the lowly girl. In terms of story, this show might seem lacking for some people, but it's actually funny and has a lot of lewd and ecchi scenes, which is always appreciated. 4. Boku wa tomodachi ga sukunai. Just because of how he looks, they think he's a delinquent and treat him as such. All because of his intimidating looks and blonde hair. As a loner, he finds another loner like him, Yozora Mikazuki, and decide to sit next to her and talk of their lonely school lives, bonding together and having some fun for once. Their idea was to make a club for outcasts like them to try and find friends rather than stay alone and feel sad and lonely for it. Their adventures are quite enjoyable, and the more the merrier. 3. Defrag. The would-be young aspiring delinquent and his crew are caught up in an ambush set up for them by the game development club to coerce the main character into joining their club. He spends then a long time trying to find a way to escape the club in the clutches of the 4 girls with him. However, with one failed escape after another, he begins to feel that he's actually having fun and enjoying his time with the girls. Two. High School DxD. As a personal believer in redhead sexy devil supremacy, adding this entry was a must. Rias Grimmery, for those who don't know, is the sexiest redhead demon you'll ever see in an animated series. It all starts with the high school student Issei Hyodo, your run-of-the-mill pervert who does nothing productive with his life except peeping on women and dreaming of having his own harem one day. Things seem to be looking up for Issei when a beautiful girl asks him out on a date, although she turns out to be a fallen angel who brutally kills him. However, he gets a second chance at life when beautiful senior student Rias Grimmery, who's a top-class devil, revives him as her servant, recruiting Issei into the ranks of the school's occult research club. Slowly adjusting to his new life, Issei must train and fight in order to survive in the violent world of angels and devils. 1. Nisekoi. A past young love that was left incomplete, leaving only a pendant with a keyhole behind it and the fact that his family is involved with the Yakuza make the life of this MC a hard and tough one. And even though he wanted nothing to do with it, he was still dragged into his family's antics after their squabble with the American gang. Now he has to act lovey-dovey with the daughter of the American gang leader if he hopes to preserve the peace of the city and what's left of his shattered life. All while searching for the girl that gave him the pendant, and his only hope in finding her is through finding the key that fits the pendant lock. And with this, we conclude our video. If you enjoyed this list, I want you to smash that thumbs up button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and press that bell icon to keep you notified of all our new videos. Also, comment down below on the anime you liked the most on this list and if you're planning to watch any of them. And if you have any suggestions, place them in the comments as well. Until next time, see ya!